Make today iconic. What is up, guys? It's Upcom Sports, back with the OKC Thunder Super Realistic Rebuild, part 2 of this series. Here are the objectives for the Thunder. We want to win a championship. This is part 2, so if you guys want to see the other parts, make sure to click the link in the description, or there'll be a card that pops up for the playlist. You guys can click on that. And here's the draft lottery. We do have a first round pick, so we'll make that. With our first round pick, there weren't too many good players here that I could see that we had scouted. So we are going to take a project player out of Ukraine. Shooting guard. He'll be overseas for I think 2 years. So we'll see what happens with him. So here is the roster after the offseason. Russell Westbrook is still in his prime. So is Paul George. I'm not sure when they're going to start to regress. They are getting up there in age. So hopefully it's not soon. But we're looking pretty nice with our bench as well. Make sure to stay till the end. There will be a poll and a link in the description so you guys can go vote on what we do with this Thunder team. Make sure to watch the entire video, but here's the rotation. It's going to be the same as pretty much the last 2 seasons. Covington is going to start at shooting guard, and I think that gives us a lot of size and a lot of defense. We're definitely one of the better defensive teams in the NBA, if not the best, but we are going to run the same system with Billy Donovan. So again, here at the All-Star break, Paul George and Westbrook are going to be on the All-Star teams. No surprise there. So they're still going pretty hard. And here entering the trade deadline, we are on a 10-game win streak. And we are the number 1 seed. We yet to lose 10 games at the deadline. So we are cooking right now. And we're probably the best defensive team in the NBA right now. In this season, James Harden is going to win the MVP, LaMelo Ball on the Heat Rookie of the Year, Anthony Davis Defensive Player, and Billy Donovan of the Thunder Coach of the Year. Russell Westbrook is on the All-NBA second team, averaging 20 points per game and also 8 assists. Paul George also on the All-NBA second team, averaging 23 points per game and also 2 steals a game. I wonder if he made a defensive team. Westbrook does make the All-Defensive second team. And it looks like Paul George did not make a defensive team, but that's all right. We were the number 1 seed. We did maintain our good stretch, and we'll have home court throughout the playoffs until the finals, maybe even in the finals. But we're playing the Utah Jazz. Very tough team for the first round. Checking out the player stats, Paul George and Westbrook with a really nice season. Schroeder kind of a little bit of a down season, but Steven Adams still playing good defense out there. Covington did get hurt, so I'm not sure what we're going to do there for the playoffs, but we'll check it out. I also like what Gafford and Diallo are doing. I think they're very good role players, so we'll hopefully keep them on the team. So here is the rotation with Robert Covington injured. Diallo is going to start at the 2. I think he can fill in that role pretty good, but Covington shouldn't be out for too long, just a couple of weeks, maybe even 1 week. Here is the Utah Jazz roster. Donovan Mitchell is clearly their best player, averaging 28 points in the season. And Rudy Gobert, a very good defensive player. They also added DeJounte Murray, another really good defender. So, very good defensive team here. We'll see what happens. So, here in the first round, hopefully we can get past the Utah Jazz, get some revenge. But they do win game 1, so it's not looking too good. We do tie it up 1-1. If you guys recall, the Thunder did lose last season, I believe, in real life to the Jazz in the first round. So, a little bit of a revenge time. But Robert Covington is back, so we will insert him into the starting lineup. And Diallo was actually playing pretty good as the starter. So, we'll see if we can come back. We're down 2-1 right now. Can we tie it up? Now we are down 3-1. Can we come back? We're the number 1 seed, best defensive team in the NBA. And we are going to force a Game 7. So, in OKC, can we get it done? If not, this will be a huge disappointment. And some big changes will be made. But we do pick up the win in Game 7 in Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook comes through with 33 and 10. Paul George, also a really nice game. 7 rebounds, 7 assists. And yeah, just an all-around effort from everyone. Steven Adams with 17 rebounds. And Donovan Mitchell, 21 points. Did not shoot efficiently at all. And he actually declined from his regular season stats. So We like to see that. And here in the second round, we're going to play the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns, 95 overall. I would say the best center in the league right now. Andrew Wiggins is their second option. They don't have much outside of Towns, so maybe if we can double team, then we can force them into a tough situation. Second round against the T-Wolves. Can we get to the conference finals for the third season in a row? We win game 1. Game 2, we also win. Game 3, we go up 3-0. Can we sweep the T-Wolves? 3-1. Okay, they have a little fight in them. But we do win in 5 games. Paul George with a 20-point game. 3 steals and a block. Steven Adams, a nice game. Westbrook with a triple-double. 13 points. Covington, 7 points. Not too much from him. Okogie led them in scoring. And Towns, 10 points on 5 for 12 shooting and 0 for 3 from 3. Did not play well at all. So somehow the Warriors were able to keep their big four intact. They don't have Cousins though. Kevin Durant averaging 35 points in the playoffs, just going off. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green still on this team. Curry is injured though, but he'll probably be back after game 1. So let's see if we can finally get past these Warriors. We faced them in the first season. We do go down in game 1. We tie up the series 1-1. Can we play some defense? 2-1 now the Warriors. Can we tie it up? 3-1 now the Warriors. Are we going to lose here? And we end up losing in 5 games to these Warriors. I mean, they're probably a better team, I would say. Actually, they're definitely a better team. Paul George kind of choked. Shot exactly what Towns shot in the last game. 5 for 12 and 0 for 3 from 3. But Curry came back and he went off. Durant, yeah. When Curry and Durant go off at the same time, not much you can do. So we're going to have a rematch of the 2019 NBA Finals. Warriors and the Raptors again. Can the Warriors win it this time? They do. They get revenge on Kawhi. Steph Curry is the Finals MVP. Here in the draft lottery, the Pelicans have a shot at the number 1 pick, and they actually fall out of the top 3. So the Suns will have the number 1 pick. So with our pick, we're going to take an athletic wing, Dwight Randle out of Kansas, 6'7", 214. Not sure how good he's going to be, but then again, we are picking at pick 29, so... And with our second round pick, we're going to take Peter Jackson out of Clemson. He's 6'4". I don't know if we can develop him into a backup point guard. Doesn't look too good, but we'll see. And now here is the roster. Russell Westbrook, still in his prime. He has not declined yet. He has 2 years left on his deal with a player option. So we'll see if he decides to come back. Paul George has 1 year left on his deal. So this is a big season right here. We might not bring Paul George back. We might bring him back. Who knows? But rotation is going to stay the same. Jeremy Grant is still going to start at the 4. Even though Baisley has developed into somewhat of a good player. He's an 82 overall after being in the G League. And system proficiency, we did fire Billy Donovan after that conference finals loss. And yet again, Paul George and Westbrook are on the All-Star team. So no surprises there, but still no championships to show for it. And here at the deadline, we are doing a little bit worse than last season. We are the 2 seed behind the Warriors, so we're 39 and 14. Not really shooting well at all. That's one of our downfalls, even though we're really good on defense, so we'll see what happens. So in this season, Stephen Curry is going to win the MVP. No surprises there. Giannis, defensive player. RJ Barrett on the Wizards. And we actually get Coach of the Year going 62 and 20. So a really nice season right there. I think it was a little bit worse than last season. But Westbrook on the All-NBA third team. Regressing a little bit. Paul George also on the All-NBA third team. Still 2 very good defenders. I'm not sure how long they're going to stay this good. But Paul George on the all-defensive first team, and Westbrook and Covington on the all-defensive second team. That is crazy right there. We have 3 players on all defensive teams. Our defensive lineup is incredible. Baisley there on the all-rookie team, but we do get the number 1 seed, obviously. I don't know what else to do here. We can't really make trades because we're stuck in a tough position with the cap space. I mean, we're playing the Suns in the first round. Should be an easier matchup than last season. But there you guys see the stats. Incredible defensive team. So can we get it done? I don't know. We're going to check out the team stats on offense. Yeah, we're not really the best on offense. We're not even top 10. But we are the best defense. Here is the Phoenix Suns team. DeAndre Ayton has progressed into their best player. Devin Booker, a nice second option. They also drafted John Morant, which is a really nice fit. I think that might happen in real life. They also have RJ Hampton for some reason. I don't know why, but here in the first round, can we finally get out of the first round with a sweep? Game 1, we win. Game 2, we go up 2-0. And it looks like Dennis Schroeder is a little bit hurt. We'll leave him. We are not going to get the sweep, though. And the Suns tying it up at 2. Why do we always have to suffer? And now they go up in the series 3-2. Huge game right here. We cannot lose in the first round. We cannot. Please just win this game. And it looks like we are going to blow them out by 30 points. Game 7, must win. And we do win it. Westbrook with 27 in a closeout game, 3 steals. Covington showing up big, shooting very efficiently. And Paul George, some good numbers, 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 assists. John Morant showed out in that game, 25 points, but Booker and Ayton just not showing up, not shooting good at all from the field. And in the second round, we're playing Utah. Donovan Mitchell has improved. He is still their best player. And this team is really nice. They forced us to 7 games in the first round last season. So anything can happen with this team. So hopefully we can get out of this one. Let's see what's going to happen against the Jazz here. Game 1, we do win. Game 2, we also win. We go up 2-0. Dennis Schroeder has healed. 2-1 now the series. 2-2. Very complicated Jazz team. We go up 3-2. Can we not go to a Game 7? We are going to a Game 7. Another Game 7 back-to-back. But in this one, if it's close, I'm not going to play. I am going to hop in, though, and let the CPU handle it. We do have a fourth quarter lead. They tied up. Now the Jazz go. So the Jazz are up in this Game 7 in OKC. Paul George hits a clutch shot to tie the game up at 111. Again, I'm not going to play these games anymore if they're this close. But, oh, PG almost with a steal right there on Donovan Mitchell. And a nice feed inside with the easy lay-in. So who are they going to go to in this clutch moment? Paul George on Donovan Mitchell. Gets it swatted away by Gobert. So who are they going to get it into here? Probably Westbrook, I would think. They get it to Covington. Now Westbrook. Paul George. Almost got double teamed. They get it to Westbrook again. Covington in the corner is going to pull it. No good. And the Jazz up to get the huge rebound. So they can probably waste time here and take a last second shot. There'll still be some time left on the clock, probably around 6 seconds for the Thunder to get a shot up, but they need to play defense. Best defensive team in the NBA by far. DeJounte Murray trying to get a shot, and no good. Westbrook with the rebound, 6 seconds left. He gets it to Covington. Covington going inside. Takes the wild shot, no good. And the Jazz are going to pull this one out in the second round in OKC. Checking out the stats, Donovan Mitchell had 23, 3, and 4. Rudy Gobert with a nice game. He didn't have any blocks actually, but I guess it was just a collective effort. Dennis Schroeder leading us in scoring with 22. Paul George choking, absolutely choking. Did not shoot good at all. Westbrook one-upping him and choking even more than Paul George. He only had 13 points in Game 7. Covington also choked. So it is going to be the Warriors and the Magic in the finals. And we'll see who wins it. Warriors are going to win it. Steph Curry is the finals MVP. Draft lottery time. And the Pistons looks like are going to get the number 1 pick. And they do. Then the Nets and the Hornets. We also have a first round pick. So we're going to take Gerald Edwin an athletic point guard out of Florida. He's 6'1", a little undersized, but hopefully Westbrook can teach him a little something, and maybe he can become our new point guard of the future. But here is the roster, and Russell Westbrook did accept his player option, so he has 1 year left on his deal for $47 million. We did give Paul George a 3-year deal, and I believe we also re-signed Robert Covington to a 3-year deal with a team option. So don't know if we're going to go in one direction or the other after this season. You guys will let me know in the comments and also by voting, but rotation is going to be pretty much the same. And we'll give this one more season, one more good season, and then we'll end the video right there. But we'll send Dennis Semenko to the G League, and same coach, same system. So once again, Russell Westbrook and Paul George are on the All-Star team. This might be the last season, or maybe one of the last seasons of that. And at the trade deadline, we're coming off a 4-game win streak. And we are 33-21, currently the 3rd seed behind the Jazz and the Warriors. So a little bit of a drop off, but we're still in the race for the playoffs and the championship. So in this season, Stephen Curry is going to win the MVP. And Steve Kerr is the coach of the year for the Warriors. Russell Westbrook on the All-NBA 2nd team, climbing up a little bit. Paul George on the 3rd team. So Robert Covington on the defensive 1st team, Paul George defensive 2nd team, and Westbrook also defensive 2nd team. So again, for the 2nd year in a row, we have 3 players on the defensive team. Just crazy. I don't think that's ever happened in the NBA before. But we did finish as the 3 seed. The Jazz and the Warriors did not stumble, and we'll be playing the Nuggets in the 1st round. So player stats, Paul George led us in scoring. There you guys see. Gerald Edwin actually played really nice when Westbrook went down with... Actually, Schroeder went down with a little bit of an injury, but Baisley did pretty good as the starter. The bench also producing some pretty good numbers. Checking out the team stats on offense, we were the 10th best team, so we did improve there. So let's see what happens in this 1st round. Can we get back to the conference finals and maybe even the NBA finals? We'll see, but we do go down 1-0 to the Nuggets here. 2-0 now. Can we make this a series? 3-0 down now as the 3 seed. And we're going to get swept by the Nuggets in the 1st round. Just insane. Our drop-off. But some guy named Poole drops 21 points. Jokic didn't even have a good series against us, and we still got trashed. But Paul George, 22 points. Not shooting good at all from the field. Westbrook 17, again not shooting efficiently. Had a pretty big drop off there from the regular season, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Covington was absolute garbage. So the Jazz actually are gonna be in the finals, taking down the Warriors in the conference finals, and looks like they're gonna beat the Heat. They do beat the Heat in 6 games. So that's going to do it for this part. There will be a link in the description so you guys can go vote in the straw poll. But should we go into a rebuild, or should we rebuild around Paul George or Westbrook? Maybe even both. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe for some more videos.